harsh paint.
Ready? It's like I'm stepping back into 1956 here. Ready? Everyone, today we're going to be base coat clear coating the back inside, if I can call it that back wall and the back window area and the side panels and the roof rails. I'm not painting the dash today, but I wanted to catch this video of us shooting the actual color for Eleanor inside. We're doing chroma base and chroma clear. So chroma base is our base coat, that'll be our color. Clear is our 72-200 premium clear, 3-to-1-10, and we're shooting it in 90-degree weather with 54% humidity. So it's going to be a cooker for me today, and I'm going to get suited up and we're going to get right to the action. Yeah, I'm going to wipe this down. I think I'm going to wipe this down. Okay, we are here inside the car. We're going to be painting the back wall, this side, the other side as well, and then inside these panels. So all of this is going to get done today. We're not going to be going forward doing the dash. Too fucking lazy. No, I'm not lazy. I just want to paint the sections. What we're doing, the reason why we're painting this way and not this way, and not all in one shot, is because I don't want to back into this. Plus, I want to verify this dash is good. All right, with this rambling on this blooper, I'm done here. All right, everyone, the moment has come to shoot the color. Prepped everything out. I had to tape a couple things. Yellow tape, if you tape stuff in a jam with yellow tape, it doesn't stick as well as the orange, and the green is the best. But we're using the orange to hold the fort here. We're not going to be shooting high pressure because we're going to be shooting in corners, so it's a high blowback area. So I'm going to turn the pressure down about 7 to 10 psi running with the gun, and then I'm just going to keep focused on the areas at hand. Of course, this is going to take 3 times with base coat, 3 times with clear coat. That's a lot of painting. But in the video, you'll just see a condensed version of it. Okay, with that said, it's time to do this. Okay, when you get older, you can't see in the dark corners and crevices. a nice light works really well. I'm going to use an LED light in there to get into the corners. Make sure I got full coverage on this. I want to make sure I don't have any areas where I'm dry edged or you just can't see, because what happens is when you paint into a corner, it funnels. It doesn't actually get to it. You can be pushing as hard as you want, but it's just turbulating and it's not going in the area. So sometimes it's better to dial down your spray pattern and then focus into the area. But you got to kind of know what you're doing. It's kind of a little bit of artistry. It's not a big deal, but it's just something to be aware when you're shooting so you don't dry edge too much. And that's why I want to just concentrate on this area of the car. Okay, everybody, clear is ready to go. Our 72-200 premium clear. We're going to go in and do 3 coats, nice and easy, get a nice coverage, call it good. It's going to take a little bit of material. We already ripped through 2 quarts just doing the back half and inside on the base to get 3 coats full coverage on it. I got nice coverage back there. It's all ready to go for us. Let's do this. Today we're going to shoot inside the doors, get the door frames done, the pockets are done, they're black. We're going to base coat, clear coat, all of this. Let's get it started. Okay everybody, I don't know if you can all see me. I have them sealed, and after you seal, nothing's in it, you don't have to tack it, just go ahead and shoot. That's what we're going to do. You guys are doing the tape up today.
Well, all we're doing is putting that line in right there.
That's
You want to move the table up to this side?
No, we're good.
All right. I was going to say, it's safe. Okay. Right on the edge of the stuff there. And then we're ready. Let's get this thing, let's start sanding this baby out. This thing gets fine. All we're doing on this is, hopefully it has a line right about here. So here, I'll go.
You want it closer?
Yeah, just like on the bottom, yeah, because I don't want too much overlap on it. Yeah, we'll be right at the edge of the seam there.
Okay.
And then it's time to start sanding, kid.
Yep.
And hopefully, next time I see this car, the whole inside is under the hood will be sold. All right.
So you're bagging her up again, Lee.
I'm bagging a bug.
Bagging a bug.
It'll be a bug in the bag.
Paintwork look good?
What's that? Yeah, all the paintwork looks great. I got to see the color and everything.
So I finalized out panels today. It didn't look too bad. I got the quarter window area I have to revisit. I don't like that. Then I'm putting the front fenders back on
Right.
so I can do directionals
Yeah.
and vents.
And vents.
Yes, so I got to get those on. Can't take the hood off just yet. We can't do anything without. I need the seals. So I need the seal for the hood or the deck lid here and the hood.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot all about the seals on that.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them because we took out the channel.
Yeah.
The channels are gone.
I'll tell you what, wait till everybody sees the color on this.
I like it.
Yeah, I think it looks real cool. Well, he wants me to tell you what I did here. So what we did tonight is we basically quarantined the rear end of the car and up under the back. He's put the fenders on the front. This means when we go into paint and start working with bodywork and everything, all this stuff will be protected. And we don't have to go back at it again.
Yeah.
We've got pretty much 100% survival rate on everything we quarantine. I don't believe we've lost anything over almost a 10-year period of time. So we've been very fortunate. Some people think it's kind of backwards, but it works for us.
Yeah.
We don't like to redo things.
Lee, this is the stuff I painted black. It's all bagged up. Now I could body work the rest of this and verify. We're doing quarter window verify right now. The left and the right in here is, I see something. Is it negligent?
It's a tough call.
Yeah.
It is. These things weren't symmetrical to begin with.
No.
And how far do you carry it? Do you carry it so far that you make the car more perfect than it's supposed to be? Tough call. I think it's going to be nicer gaps and nicer edges and everything more than it should be to begin with. And then when you take into consideration you've got 75 different vehicles smashed into one.
Yeah.
You know, the same.
So the adding and subtracting begins, and the doors are up there. They're blocked down to 220. I'm gonna 2K them in the morning and let them rip, and then I'm gonna come back and 320 them, and then final out with a sponge at 400. And the fenders are on because that's gonna be where I put the vents and the directionals in. That's got to happen. But yeah, I just see something a little bit here that's annoying me from left to right. It just happens.
I haven't seen the gaps that you guys worked on.
Yeah, I don't have them fully bolted on.
No, I'm talking about the gap from the fender.
Oh yeah,
Or from
the hood.
The hood to the
that's
everything.
It's tightened up pretty good. The problem is now I'm waiting on the gasket because I got to fit this with the gasket.
Going to change everything.
Because remember, what's the rule in the shop? Rubber trumps metal, right?
Rubber's stronger than metal.
Rubber's stronger than metal, and it'll freak everybody out when they say that. That's a bunch of crap. Well, not in my book.
You'll watch it eat bodywork.
Yeah, rubber will actually, if you have that sealed too tight, it'll bend the metal, it'll distort it, and then we're done, we're screwed. So we want to make sure it closes really nice. So I'll put the directionals in, and we're going to get these vents in next. I got some pictures, and I'm just going to have to sit down with the car.
I'm like spending 1,000,000 hours getting everything to line up, getting all your edges as good as can be, and have a seal cause everything.
Yeah.
Cattywampus. That's looking good.
Okay, everybody, we are prepping the hinges. This is the rear hinges for the VW. They're sandblasted. They're ready for epoxy, base coat, and clear. Been busy on these doors. We blocked and primered them 5 times over, worked areas, and you can see where the add and subtraction happen. And we use a lot of sponge pads for filing stuff out here. These are 400 grit, and then they are 600 grit. And we very carefully make sure the profile is good, where we take away a little bit, take away a little bit, out a little bit. What we're trying to do is when they're on the table like this, it's easier to block them and crisscross them, make sure they're all good. And then make sure all of this is the same as this. We're getting them close. They're not 100%, but then again, no production car ever made was left and right symmetrical. But we try to make sure on this custom build for Eleanor that these pieces are as close as they're going to be. The back of the car is taped up. She looks really good. I got to do a lot of final block work. I did seal all of this up. This is tightened up. And then I did the forward portion of the car as well. The rear fenders are profiled, they're done. They're going to get sanded back one more time, primered, blocked one more time, then good. Front fenders are going back on, and then we're going to put the directionals in and the vents. And those are the last things I'm doing there. I'm not too worried about putting in the taillights on here. Glenn will probably end up doing that. So, some things in life happen for a reason. This hood, wow, give me fits. I've had to recycle it twice. Shot it, came out good, saw something I didn't like in that area right there. I just didn't like it, and it showed up in a certain light. You can see something. So, you can't bury it with clear. You'll solvent pop. Solvent pop's a bad day. You can't sand that back. You're going to have to restart over. So we finished that, and I resanded everything down. Cleaned up that spot. And, well, anyway, I resealed it. Went to base coat. Got a perfect base coat down. Went to clear. And lo and behold, just got me again. So I had to take it back down. And number 3. So we are sealed. I got a 2K with a thinner in it. Excuse me. I got 2K with reducer in it. And when we do that, we can seal out. It'll take real nice and quick. And we sand it back. We're really good to go. And she's looking really, really good. So now I got her wiped down thoroughly, blown down. Everything's good. Unfiltered air, by the way. And no rags. Everything's with Santerra wipes. And then we did a final tack cloth. So let's give it a shot again. 3 coats base, 3 coats clear. Hopefully we'll take it. Whew. She's a bugger. Typical bodywork. This car is taking time. It's not the big flats, it's the little things. It's the little things. Then I noticed on this sharp angle, low, and then low in the seam, and it shows only from this angle, not that angle. So anyway, I'm hitting metal. I have to work to the highest point of the panel. I can make it what it is, and that's as much as I can go. See? Metal, highest point, highest point, highest point. I can't go any lower than the highest point. So I have to work to those high points. It takes time to do that. But I'm getting really close getting that. And the left and the right on this car was not the same. So what I have to do is I have to make it aesthetically correct. Same thing here. So the ledge on this side, which is the driver's side, is deeper than the passenger side. So in order to negate that, you pull the panel back in bodywork wise and make the ledge less noticeable to the eye. Same thing up in here. The symmetry isn't left and right. So what I did was I comped for it without losing the shape of the window so the glass can still fit in it. It's very tricky. It's time consuming. You got to think about what you're doing. And curves, when you're sanding them out, if you don't sand them out, take your time and lightly push the paper. Don't push the paper hard, you'll rut. It'll come out really nice. So that's the thing here. This back here is shaped as good as she's going to ever be on both sides. Symmetrical, hard to believe. I know standard VWs bulge a little bit there. It's not going to make it on this particular model. It's going to look bulgy, but it's not going to be as another car will be. Plus, this is a custom-built shop top. But I'm nitpicking it, guys. And I'm nitpicking because I want it to turn out nice as I can. This is a thing called dieback. See here? All this was flat. And then I go in and reblock it again, and it's changed over the year. That's fine. That's what I wanted to do. It ain't going to come back on me anymore. But the area that I have to final, oh, that bad boy right there. Putting that line to fade in, and then trying to get the other side to do the same, real tough, man. Real tough. But I'm getting it. This is all good. These are all good. That's all good now. Lines look pretty good, so I'm kind of happy with what I got here. That's going to be as good as I'm going to get it. That takes time to get in there and just sit there with a piece of sandpaper in your hand and actually just form it. It takes that long. It's PTSD auto body. Not good. Same thing with the front. Like I said, if this was a clean front apron, I'd be freaking done. I got 10 hours in this bad boy right up in here. And it's close. And it's enough for me to say I've had enough of it. I'm doing this as a fun project for Glenn. It's a very nice car. It's come a long way, and we want it to look really good. We are at the halfway point of painting in this video. Where we're at is I'm going to be shooting the back apron here. I'm not going to do the roof today, but I'm going to do a couple areas where I'm just going to paint them in real quick because the car wants to be painted twice to make it nice. I've checked areas over and over again. This is a real tough area for me to blend out, and in the lighting and the angles, it's real tough. And plus, getting older, can't see how I did when I was 20 is really starting to take its toll on me getting that line in just right. But the left and right of the car was never really right, so I optically made the body line and the curvature of this pretty dang close to the other side. You will never see the difference. The angles of here and here are really difficult because that's where the metal was changed and cut and welded and stuff. What I did with this car is I can't Bondo it. So what I did was I worked with what I could, hammered, dollied down, re-welded a lot of the work, dressed all the welds, and then Kevlar'd it. We call it Kevlar. It's fiberglass reinforced with like Kevlar. But we fiberglassed it, and then we went back, then we went over it with high build, and we followed up with the platinum, and then we 2K'd several times. Anytime we punched through, we epoxied the punch throughs, so we didn't layer and stack. And then we sealed and worked out from there. Anyway, it came out really good. It's going to look really nice for a long time. I got a lot of good products on here, but only the products where I need them. So anytime I've sanded something, like in here, up in here, here, Everything hits a reference point, the highest point, so I don't have a lot of material. More material, more liability. There's material in the car, but not heavy amounts to where I actually built the car over a car. I leveled up to what he did. So with that said is, there's areas of the car where I can't make more than what is because it just adds too much material, and too much material is going to cause a lot of trouble for me. I don't need that. So my method of building to the highest point of the panel in each panel was the goal of what I have achieved. I hope you guys kind of understand it a little bit. I wanted to express what was going on here, especially in this one-time video of this car being painted. Another day painting the car. So I'm taping up. The front section is done. I shot up in here just to see how it would look. I'm okay with it. I'm not happy. And then I pull the tape line back into the body fold, kind of like I did here. And what we do is we pre-painted this. And then what I do is I 1000 back, and then I put another coat of clearing into the fold. And what that does is it makes the fold invisible, and you can't see in transition. Same here. I shot the paint forward. I'm going to 1000 back, and then shoot the whole panel, and then re-clear this, and then blend out the clear. It's not the paint. So I'm going to do that. The roof is going to be for tomorrow. I'm going to shoot the whole roof tomorrow, but today's doors, quarters. Alrighty, and there's our back. That looks pretty nice. Nice and smooth. I don't need to even polish it. Same thing with the front. I'm not going to do much with anything. I think we're going to just nib, there's maybe tiny pieces here or there, but when you shoot in the booth, nothing really bad happens. It's when I go through the fan with the filtration, that's closed off now, it flows across. What it does now is it flows down and then out, semi-downdraft. So that's what we're doing here. So I'm going to 1000 all that. The edge, I'm going to shoot this edge twice, by the way. I want to get enough paint back in here and here. I want to really load this up. It's a kind of an area that's really tough. When you're gunning something down, it's almost impossible to get in there. So I'm going to tape all this up so I don't blast this with paint. But I'm going to push the paint down into here so I can really bring it up. I want to get as much material as I can in there. This car is getting 3 coats of base and 3 coats of clear on a halfway pull at 15 psi running. So my Technigun is doing the base coat. We're shooting that at 12 psi running with a full fan and a full pull. So we're getting beautiful coverage. I've seen a very consistent finish so far, so I'm going to continue on. Once you get started like this, you got to keep going. You don't want the paint to sit in the containers. It's a bad day, so you keep them mixed up every day, and just keep going until you're done. I'm praying I don't have to do any more recycling between the glove box and the hood. That was a tough bugger. The hood really fought me, and so the glove box. Anyway, there you go, everyone. Half painted. We are almost done. We're going to do sides, roof, doors, and we're out. All right. And I forgot this. I'm going to put the car up on stands here and here, and we're going to paint that rail under there. And then we're out. Okay. Here's the roof. I did a final block. I was DAing this and I just ran a cloth under my hand, and that's what you do. It amplifies whatever you feel. Feel real good, and then I almost feel something right in the center where the original weld break was on this car. So what you do is you take your trusty old Durablock here, you put 320 paper on it, you bend it a little bit because you can do that with sticky back paper, so it puts a curve in so it matches this. Hand here, here, and then you just sweep across this way and then counter. Exactly, to cancel the crosshatch this way. What I found was I found something right, a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there, a little there, just tiny things. And if you painted it, you probably would never see it. But what happens is with Bodywork, it shows up at certain points in certain angles, and you got to get this from every angle. This is just the way it is. It took a lot to build this. All I need to do now is just pull down the primer layers that I have. So I have done that, and now it's almost gone now. So, but that's what's nice about proofing your work before you paint it. You never know what you find. You think it's good, and come back and you notice it's changed a little bit. This is what happens all the time. And unfortunately for me, I was hopeful to be painted the rest of the way because I'm done everywhere. This is the last piece. Well, I got to do this, and I'm going to reseal it and see what I got. We'll carry on. It wasn't enough, but it was enough that when you put a rag on here and you put your hand on here, it'll amplify anything. And what you do is you just swipe nice and smooth across. You don't look at it, just feel it. And if your hand won't lie to you with the rag there amplifying it, you'll feel it. And I felt something, it was almost gone, but it was, could I painted it? Yeah. Would anybody seen it? It depends on the temperature of the day or the sun beating down on it or whenever, because everything changes with temperature. But I felt it today, and I'm at 85 degrees right now and 78% humidity. I felt it. But now it's good, and all that's gone. All right, I'm gonna DA this down with 600, and then I'm gonna reseal it again, and then, come on baby, let's go to paint. Everyone, just got finished putting the third coat of clear, so we went 3 on the base, 3 on the clear. Now the first pull was a half pull, then 2 full pulls. The reason why I wanted to edge in and everything, and I like what I did. So let's go in the booth and check out what we did. Okay, there is the roof. Now this is only 5 minutes old, so and would you know it, the noise in the background, it just started raining. You can see the reflection of the downdraft into the roof. Okay, I'm pretty good with this. This is the piece I really put a lot of love into. I'm pretty happy with that. She'll be kicked in about 20 minutes. Mother Nature can have her way. We're in an enclosed environment, so ain't nothing gonna touch us. Hello everybody. Just unwrapped the car. That's not even an hour old yet, but it kicks off in about 20 minutes or so. 72-200 is a very productive clear. Now we're down to assembly and polish. So that's going to be Car's leaving the booth in the next day. Tomorrow is another paint day actually, but for the most part I'm really done here. Just touch up areas from the black transitions to the diamond green. She's no longer a rotten chop top. She's now just Eleanor. We painted the car in pieces. It was better to do that way. The reason being is the car had a lot of areas that had to be carefully scrutinized and redone. This was an area that was a pain in the neck that had to be shot twice to make nice. We were good up in here, but couldn't throw the paint as good up under the dash as we wanted to. It just was one of those areas that was really tough, but we got enough paint under there, exactly what the doctor ordered. The welds look really good. Everything for the most part is really good. We worked the daylights out of the roof into the panels here and then transitioned down here. These panels now transition to the doors, which will go on in the next video, and to the quarter panels. So everything is what it is. It's smooth. So we painted the inside of the car first. This was the first video. We shot that first. And then we shot the dash area. Now we shot this twice. We had an issue with this because it was really tough to paint. The glove box wouldn't fit. I saw a little something here and here, so what was done is I retransitioned it, so I tape lined up in here, here, and then reshot this section here, all the way across down into here, up under here. So that was shot once, no problems under there. Into the rails, no problems. But the dash we did twice. The sides of the car up in the roof pillars, we only shot them once. And pretty happy with that. So I'll give you a quick close-up on that. Okay. I'm gonna hop on out. This car is not polished. So we transitioned here. So this was painted first, this was painted today. Roof is done. It's only an hour old. Panels were done Friday, but I could not go after the roof. I had issues with the roof. This area was, to my surprise, turned out a lot better than I thought it would, because we had a lot of transitions in this. It was just, I don't know what was going on, but it came out pretty good. I'm gonna try and show you with the light. Again, nothing's perfect in life, but we really tried our best to make her a very pretty car. Okay, the apron back here. And we'll go over to this side here. These transitions were really tough. They were really tough. I can only devote so much to them to get them where they were without losing the shape of the window frame, because Glenn already has those done. So in conclusion, everybody, Eleanor is no longer a rotten chop top. That is past tense. Now she is Eleanor in diamond green. Everyone, thank you so much for checking on us and subscribing. And again, we had a little bit of downtime, but this was the one video we wanted to shoot and show you the whole journey from the start to finish of the paint job. There was some areas that were not fully shot, but that's because just fought some areas, and we wanted to condense some of the content down a little bit. Everyone, thank you so much for your time. We will see you very, very soon in the next video, possibly polishing this car and putting her together. Everyone, thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.